Hi, this is Jacob Obadia. We'll be studying chapter 5 of Hilkhot Torah. This chapter is about the proper respect and reverence an individual should have towards his master, or his Rav Muvhak. And this is, again, in regards to an individual's principal teacher. Halacha Aleph. כשם שהאדם מצווה בכבוד אביו וביראתו, כך הוא חייב בכבוד רבו ויראתו. Just as an individual is instructed to respect his father and to have reverence towards him, similarly he is obligated to respect and have reverence towards his master. And just by from what Harambam says, Rabbo, it's in regards to an individual's principal teacher that he received most of his Torah from this individual. Verabbo, yater me'aviv, she'aviv hevi'o lechaye ha'olam hazeh, verabbo she'limedo chokhmah, mevi'o lechaye ha'olam haba. And his teacher, he's obligated more than his father. And we're going to see in the next halakha how that is. As his father gave him life in this world, and his teacher that taught him wisdom brings him to life in the next world. Halakha bet. ראה אבדת אביו ואבדת רבו, שלרבו קודמת לאביו. If an individual saw a lost object that was lost by his father or his teachers has priority over his father's. אביו ורבו נוסעים במסע, מניח את שלרבו ואחר כך את שלאביו. If a father and his master were carrying a burden, he should help his master unload the burden first, and then he should help his father. אביו ורבו שבויים בשביה, פודה את רבו ואחר כך פודה את אביו. His father and his master, his teacher, were imprisoned. He should free his teacher, and only after should he free his father. ואם היה אביו תלמיד חכמים, however, if his father was a student of the sages, פודה את אביו תחילה, he should free his father first. וכן, אם היה אביו חכם, similarly, if his father was a sage himself, אבל שאינו שקול כנגד רבו, even though he was not at the level of his teacher, he has to return his object first. ואחר כך משיב אבדת רבו, and only after that does he return the object of his teacher. ואין לך כבוד גדול מכבוד הרב, and there is not a greater respect that a person can do, save for the respect he has for his teacher. ולא מורא יותר ממורא הרב, and reverence, the greatest reverence an individual can have is towards his teacher. אמרו חכמים, מורא רבך כמורא שמיים. The sages taught that the reverence an individual has towards his teacher is the same it's similar to, it's as the reverence he has towards heaven. לפיכך אמרו חכמים, כל החולק על רבו כחולק על השכינה. Therefore, the sages taught that anyone who differs from his teacher, it's as if upon the Shekhinah. And I'm using the word differs because argue isn't really the correct way to explain a cholek. Rather, it's differ in terms of practical application of the law, it seems. שנאמר בהסותם על אדוני. In regards to the pasuk with Datan and Abiram, when they congregated on God, but they didn't really congregate on God, rather they congregated and differed from their master Moshe. So this is an example of when an individual differs from his master. It's as if he differs the Shekhinah, as it says, they differed and they congregated on God. Quarrels with his master, his teacher. It's as if he's doing it with the Shekhinah. That the Jewish people quarreled, complained, became angry with God. And anyone who becomes angry or annoyed with his teacher, it's as if he's getting angry at the Shekhinah. As again, when the Jewish people complained to Moshe, Moshe responds, you're not complaining, shouldn't be directed on me, and they're not directed on me, rather they're directed on God. And anyone who doubts or undermines his teacher, it's as if he undermines the Shekhinah. That the nation spoke about the people and about Moshe. Just a quick note. Harambam here he brought all these Pesukim that Harambam brought are in regards to the Jewish people and Moshe. And without Moshe, we wouldn't have Torah. And Moshe, we call Moshe Rabbenu, Moshe our teacher. So anyone who teaches Torah and is a teacher, who represents the Torah, is part of that chain from Moshe Rabbenu. And anyone who disrespects or differs from their teacher, it's as if he is differing from the Shekhinah and from that chain of tradition following Moshe. Ezehu cholek al Rabbo, who Ezehu cholek al Rabbo, what does it mean? Who is included in an individual who differs from his teacher? זה שקובע לו מדרש ויושב ודורש ומלמד שלא ברשות רבו ורבו קיים אף על פי שרבו במדינה אחרת. What are we talking about here when we say that a person differs from his teacher? We're talking in regards to an individual who makes himself independent from his teacher and makes his own study, establishes his own study, and sits and teaches without the permission of his teacher. And his teacher is still alive, even though his teacher may be in a different city. And it is prohibited for an individual to render a decision in the presence of his teacher. And anyone who does render a decision in the presence of his teacher is liable for death, to be put to death. במה דברים אמורים? החבב. במה דברים אמורים? בדבר שנקרא נקרא. אבל לקבוע עצמו להוראה ולשב ולהורות לכל שואל, אפילו הוא בסוף העולם ורבו בסוף העולם, אסור לו להורות עד שימות רבו, אלא אם כן נטל רשות מרבו. When is this said? That המחילה. We're still in הלכה ג' מחילה. הלכה ה'. היה בינו ובין רבו 12 מיל. If the distance and space between him and his teacher was 12 mil, 1 mil was 2,000 amot, ושאל לו אדם דבר הלכה, מותר להשיב. If there was 12 mil between an individual and his teacher, and someone asked an individual something in regards to halacha, this person is allowed to answer. ולהפריש מן האסור, מן האיסור, אפילו בפני רבו מותר להורות. But to prevent someone from doing something forbidden, an individual is allowed to do that, to prevent someone, even in the presence of his teacher. Ketzad, what are we talking about? How is this applied? For example, if an individual saw someone doing something forbidden, either because he didn't know the thing he was doing was forbidden, or because he was doing something evil. יש לו להפרישו ולומר לו דבר זה אסור. Someone is allowed to tell him that what you're doing is forbidden. אפילו בפני רבו, even in the presence of his teacher. ואף על פי שלא נתן לו רבו רשות, even though his teacher did not give him permission to do so. שכל מקום שיש חילול השם, אין חולקין כבוד לרב. As any place that there is the desecration of God's name, we don't put aside honor for a teacher. Halakha vav. במה דברים אמורים? When is this said? בדבר שנקרא נקרא, if something happened incidentally. אבל לקבוע עצמו להוראה ולשב ולהורות לכל שואל. However, to establish himself as an authority and to sit and to teach to anyone who asks. אפילו בסוף העולם ורבו בסוף העולם. אסור לו להורות עד שימות רבו. Even if the teacher is on one side of the world and the student is on the other side of the world, it is forbidden for him to teach and to make himself an authority until his teacher dies. Unless he receives permission from his teacher to do so. However, not every individual that his teacher passed away is allowed to sit and teach Torah and transmit Torah. Unless he was a student who reached judicial rank. וכל תלמיד שלא הגיע להוראה ומורה, and any student who did not reach judicial rank and teaches, הרי זה שוטה. This individual is a fool. רשע, he's an evil person. וגס רוח, and he is arrogant. ועליו נאמר, כי רבים חללים הפילה. As the pasuk in Mishne says, as she has cast down many corpses. וכן חכם שהגיע להוראה ואינו מורה, similarly, a sage who reached judicial rank but doesn't teach, הרי זה מונע תורה. He is refraining people from learning Torah. ונותן מכשולות לפני העברים, and is putting stumbling blocks before blind people. ועליו נאמר, and on this person, Mishne says, and it's actually the continuation of the pasuk, בעצומים כל הורגיה. And she has slain many strong ones. Halakha het. Now this halakha is very interesting because this was a problem, clearly, that Harambam was facing in his time. And it was something that other sages of Harambam's time remarked about these types of people. Elu התלמידים הקטנים שלא הרבו תורה כראוי. These students, small students that have not been filled up with Torah properly, והם מבקשים להתגדל בפני עמי הארץ ובין אנשי עירם, and they request to be great in the eyes of the uneducated and in the eyes of the people in their city, וקופצים ויושבים בראש לדון ולהורות בישראל, and jump and run to sit at the head to judge and to teach in Israel. These are the people that actually cause more strife and more disagreements. And these are those, and these people are destroying the world. And they are extinguishing the flame of Torah. And they're destroying the vineyard of God. And upon these people, Shlomo said, foxes have overtaken us and have grabbed hold of us. Small foxes that are destroying the vineyards. And today, unfortunately, this is a problem as well. Hilkhot tet. ואסור לו לתלמיד לקלוט רבו בשמו. And it is forbidden for a student to call his teacher by his name. ואפילו שלא בפניו, even not in his presence. ולא יזכיר שמו בפניו. ואפילו לקרות לאחרים ששמם כשם רבו, כדרך שעושה בשם אביו, אלא ישנה שמן ואפילו לאחר מותן. And he's not allowed to say their name explicitly in his presence, or even to call others that share the same name as their teacher, in a similar way that he does with his father. Rather, he should change their name a little bit, even after they pass away. Vihu, Sheyeh Hashem Peli. This is only said in regards to if the name was a rare name. Shekol Hashomei Yodea Shehu Peloni. That anyone who hears would know that he's talking about his teacher. Lo yiten shalom l'rabbo, o yahzir lo shalom, kederech shenotnim hareim u'machazirin zelazeh. He should not greet his teacher or return his greeting as he does with his friends or with any other person. Ella, rather, shocheh lefanav, he should bend over a little bit before him. Ve'omer lo beyir'ah v'chavod shalom alecha rabbi. He should say to him with reverence and respect, peace be unto you, teacher, or hello. Im natan lo rabbo shalom, yahzir lo shalom alecha rabbi umari. But if his teacher greeted him first, he should return to him and say, peace be unto you, teacher. Halakha yod. Echen lo yachlot tefilah b'fnei rabbo. And similarly, keeping in the same line of this respect factor, person should not remove his tefillin in the presence of his teacher. V'lo yesev, and he should not lean heavily to one side. Ella yoshev ke yoshev lifnei melech, he should sit as if he's sitting before a king. Lo yitpalel lifnei rabbo, v'lo le'achar rabbo. A person should not pray in front of his teacher or behind his teacher, either as if he's greater or as if he's praying to his teacher if he was sitting behind him. V'lo betzad rabbo, or not sideways parallel to his teacher, as if he's equal to him. And obviously, a person should not, it is forbidden for an individual to walk at his side. Ela, he should be a little bit behind his teacher. And he should not give his back to him. And then he should pray. And after he gives his, and he should not give his back to him. He should not be directly parallel behind him. And after that he should pray. And he should not enter the bathhouse with his teacher. Student should not sit in the place of his teacher. And he should not establish his words in his presence. Or decide an argument in his favor while he's there. And he should not sit before him until the teacher says, sit. And he should not make the decision in his favor. Is not allowed to contradict his words. And he should not sit before him until the teacher says, sit. And he should not stand before his teacher unless his teacher tells him to stand, or unless he receives permission from his teacher. And when he gets up from his teacher, he should not give his back to him. He should go backwards while facing him and should not give him his back. And he is obligated to stand before his teacher. When he sees him, when he enters his line of sight. Until he hold on. מפני רבו, משיראנו מרחוק מלא עיניו, עד שיתכסה ממנו ולא יראה קומתו ואחר כך ישב. A person is obligated to, again, stand before his teacher when he enters his line of sight and remain standing until his master's figure disappears and he can't see him anymore, and only then should he sit down. An individual is obligated to receive or go visit his master on the holiday, one of the holidays, one of the hagim, one of the 3 regalim. Yod bet. אין חולקין כבוד לתלמיד מפני הרב, אלא אם כן היה דרך רבו לחלוק לכבוד. It is improper to give honor to a student in the presence of his teacher, unless his teacher would give honor to his student. And all of the things that a servant does for his teacher, that a servant does for his master, a student does for his teacher as well. And if they happen to be in a place that he is unknown, and he has no tefillin for himself, because he's afraid that he might be mistaken for a slave, he's not obliged to buckle or remove his master's shoes, because the people might think that he's a slave. And anyone who prevents a student from serving his master, rendering service for his master, is depriving him of kindness and takes away or removes the yoke of heaven from him. Any student who takes lightly serving and rendering service to his teacher, causes the Shekhinah to leave Israel. Because if an individual does not have the proper reverence to his teacher or for the Torah, Yirat Shamayim and reverence towards heaven will disappear as well. If a student saw his teacher transgressing the words of Torah, it implies that the student noticed that his teacher said something in difference to something he previously taught in the words of Torah. He should say respectfully, "Teacher, did you teach us this?" And anytime he mentions a teaching from him, his teacher, he says, "Teacher, you taught us this and this. And he should not say anything that he did not hear from his teacher, unless he says the individual who taught it. When his teacher passes away, he must tear all his clothing until he reveals his heart, and he does not sew it back together, just as a person would do keri'ah for his parents. And will see Bezrat Hashem Hilkhot Avelut, the exact procedure and protocol. במה דברים אמורים? ברבו מובהק של למד ממנו רוב חוכמתו. This is only said in regards to a teacher, an individual's principal teacher, that he received most of his knowledge from him. אבל אם לא למד ממנו רוב חוכמתו, הרי זה תמיד חבר. However, if an individual did not receive most of his knowledge from him, he is called a talmid haver, a colleague or a student colleague. And all of the honor that we mentioned before is only in regards to a principal teacher, not a student colleague. However, he still must stand before him. And he must tear his clothes when he passes away, in a similar fashion that he tears for the other relatives aside from his parents. That he does not reveal his heart, rather he makes the kiri'ah the length of a tefah, a fist, the size of a fist. Even if he only learned from him one thing, ben katan, ben gadol, omed milefanav, v'koreh alav, he must stand before him and he must tear his clothes when he passes away. And any student of the sages that his mind is in the proper place, or his midot, his actions, his behavior is proper. He is not allowed to speak in the presence of someone that's greater than him in wisdom, even though he didn't necessarily learn anything from him. If a principal sage of someone wanted to forego all of the honor that we said, or any of them, or one of his students, or for all of his students, he has the right to do so. Even if he decided to forego all of these honors, student is obligated to honor him. Even if he decided and chose to forego all of these honors, it doesn't. The student still is obligated in the honor of the teacher. Halacha Yod Zayin. Keshem she'atalmidim hayavin b'chvod harav. So just as students are obligated in the respect and honor of their teacher, כך harav tzarich lechabed talmidav u'karevan. So too a teacher has to respect his students and to bring them closer, to develop a relationship with them. כך אמרו חכמים. This is what the sages said. יהי כבוד תלמידיך חביב עליך כשלחבריך. The respect of your students should be dear unto you, just as the respect of your friend is dear unto you. וצריך אדם להיזהר בתלמידיו ולאהובן. And a person should be very careful with his students and to love them or feel responsible for them. שאין הבנים המהנים בעולם הזה ולעולם הבא. That these students are the students in this world, and they gain benefit from a teacher in this world and in the next world. י"ח התלמידים מוסיפים חוכמת הרב ומרחיבים ליבו. The students add wisdom to a sage and broaden his intellect in his heart. אמרו חכמים, הרבה חוכמה למדתי. The sages said, I gained a lot of wisdom. מחבריי יותר מרבותיי. From my colleagues more than my teachers. ומתלמידיי יותר מכולם. And from my students more than anyone. וכשם שעץ קטן מדליק את הגדול, just as a small branch catches fire and lights a bigger branch, כך תלמיד קטן מחדד את הרב. So too, a small student sharpens his teacher. עד שיוצאים ממנו בשאלותיו חוכמה ומפוארה. Until he, as a student, when he asks questions to the teacher, he sharpens the teacher's knowledge in a beautiful manner.